In this time and age, one of the key objectives a lot of businesses strive to achieve is increase in sales and also customer loyalty. To achieve this, a lot of businesses offer credits to their customers. But we also see instances where customers do not strictly adhere to payment timelines or even adhere to the terms included in the credit policy with the organization. So today I'm going to be speaking on credit policies and key compliance checkpoints that needs to be introduced or implemented when creating these policies within your organization. Follow me through as we go into this round of presentation. Thank you. Credit policy can be used as a business strategy or a tool for financial management. As a business strategy, it helps to increase sales, right, through the extension of credits to customers to ensure prompt payments of the goods and services. And then as a tool for financial management, it helps to cover collection of unpaid debts as it relates to the transaction carried out within the organization. Now, in setting up these policies, because we see instances where companies have issues with customers, particularly in payment terms, and that's because the foundation or the groundwork was not properly done. There was no detailed assessment of the risk involved or the ability of the customer to even pay prompts. The creditworthiness of the customer was not duly assessed. So what I'm saying in essence is there are certain factors that you need to consider, certain elements you need to take into consideration before giving out credits to your customers. So one of which is the credit period. You need to assess how long it will take for you to give credits to your customers. And in doing that, you need to first of all do a credit analysis that looks at the credit worthiness of the customer under consideration. You need to also look at the collection of cash flows from these customers. Historically, how has this customer performed? When you sell goods to this customer, are you able to get payments, prompt payments as at when due? And then you also need to look at the period in which you are going to grant credit to these customers. Some organizations do 30 days, some even do 10 days, some do 60 days, depending on the industry you are, the nature of the goods that you also provide for your customers. This would help to determine the credit term or how long you would extend credits to your customers. The next one is also the amount that you're going to give to your customers in form of credit. You need to also consider the possibility of including early payment of invoice terms, if applicable, in the transaction that you're carrying out, and then also penalties or charges that might be included for defaults in payments. Taking it a step further, we now need to look at the factors to consider when giving credits to our customers. The very first is to know your customers. Do a detailed KYC check on your customers. Secondly, how long has this customer been in business with you? What is the performance of this customer? How well do they pay for the goods and services that they purchase from you? The next you need to also consider is the cash flow of this customer. Are they able to pay? Do they have what it takes to pay for the goods and services they've purchased? The next item you also need to consider is, my products, do they have a very short shelf life, or are they perishable items? If they are, you may want to consider giving incentive to your customers in order to increase the sale of these products, right? To help you, sell them off the shelf, right? And then also encourage prompt payment of these goods and services. When all these factors have been taken into consideration, you may then create a policy that would serve as a guide, right, and will be strictly adhered to within the organization. I hope this presentation has been very informative and impactful. I encourage you to review the existing system within your organization, identify gaps, and then review the elements and the factors we've talked about and see how you can fill in these gaps. Identify risk within your system and see how you can mitigate this risk, taking into consideration all the factors and the elements that we've talked about. Thank you so much for your time. In the next presentation, we are going to be looking at credit management, and then we'll take it a step further to look at certain controls we can put in place within our system, and then finally we'll look at the credit policy in itself. Thank you so much for your time once again, and do have a great one.